Hi guys, so welcome to this new video, and this time I have a huge surprise for you. This is the 1st of December, so you've got the Christmas wreath at the back, but also just before the Christmas wreath, as you can see, is a full rainbow of all the colors from the X47 Steel collection. So this is part 2 in the mini-series, and this time we're talking the steel collection from X47. So first let me explain how to situate the X47 Steel collection. Technically, what I can say about this is the best of both worlds. Takes the innovation from X47, which was the system of spring-loaded rods that we'll come back to, and it takes the simple modern design of X17. So how did it come to be? X47 comes first. They created this system that we'll come back to, and this system has a very nice effect on your notebook, allowing you to have a lot more size to write, a lot more place to write, sorry. And it had quite the success, but the rods were not apparent, they were hidden in the system. And then people asked for more affordable notebooks. So how could they make their haute couture notebooks more affordable? Well, the first solution was to, in the X17 collection, to move to a system of elastics, offering similar, though not as good results, but almost similar results, and moving on to a very simple lever design, sometimes stitched, sometimes not, like on this one. And so that was the solution. And then they combined the two in the steel collection. So it's called steel because this time the spring-loaded rods are apparent. And it's in the X47 collection because of the quality of the levers available in this collection. So what you see in the background is the same offer of colors that you have, almost the same. You do not have the white one, for example, as in the X17 in the Leffa colors, but they come in the Italian levers. We'll have a look at all of them so you can see how the rods come out on these levers, what colors are on the outside and the inside, and we'll have a look at all of this. Now I want you to have a complete idea of the range of possibilities from these notebooks. The first thing is the sizes. Here we've got a full A6 colors, but it comes in 3 sizes. I cannot show you the A7 because I do not have it, but I have the A7 size in the X17 collection, so you will get the idea. So you've got the A6 under the A7. So the A7 is very small. It does not come with 2 or 3 rods. It comes with 1 only. Then you've got the A6 that will come with 2 or 3 rods. And then you've got the A5 size, which I have 1 sample of, and these ones will come in 2, 3, 4 rods. 4 rods is a heavy notebook. 2 to 3 is quite nice. Now this one would come with 1 rail simply because it's a pocketable, teeny tiny one. That's the idea. Now what's funny about the spring-loaded system is that the first time it was evoked, I remember when I received the Cognac leather notebook from X17, they talked to me about that system. And I was coming from the regular Midori, and I was quite satisfied with the elastics, thank you, and didn't even give it a second thought. Now, when I received in the previous package, when I received this notebook, I changed my mind. And I absolutely fell in love with this notebook, and I'm going to tell you why I fell in love with this notebook. Well, this one I received under a plastic cover. I was not impressed at first. I hadn't put my hands on that lever, and I hadn't played with it. Now, I've played with this for more than 2 months, as maybe you will see from the looks of it, and I fell in love with this one. And I do not even like black levers, but this one is so perfect. That's so nice. So what happened? I took it out of the plastic, and then I felt that black lever, and it was just perfection. You know, when we leather notebook lovers look for the most precious item, the perfect item, we look for a special density, a special suppleness of a lever. We're looking for the right type of lever. Well, that one to me feels like the right type of lever. It's firm enough to stand, supple enough that it feels almost buttery in your hands, smooth enough with a lot of texture, a lot of feel to it, something that you can look at, something that will show an absolutely nice patina with time, that will handle blows, that will handle things, well, cat scratch, okay? But that wasn't all there was to it. There was the sleek modern design and the effect, visual effect, of the spring-loaded rods on the side. And then there was the effect of these rods. You know, as much as I like the system with elastics, sorry, that's the way it stands, without the central elastic. Now here, look at it. Stays perfectly flat. Also, if you look at the inserts, I have used almost half of each insert, so you can see that there's the pocket, plastic pocket that shows there. Well, if you look at it, it's perfectly flat. Now let's have a look to compare with the Midori. Now look at the inserts on the side. We've got 3 inserts in this one. Doesn't stand perfectly. The Midori was meant to be used only with 1 notebook, basically, but most of us will use it with 2, 3 more notebooks. I've seen people packing this thing so full of notebooks, it was insane. Okay, that's the thing. Now there's something else with this one. If you want to pry this one open, so that's the one I use for my reading lists, it will stay open, but like this, okay? Yeah? Yeah? Oh! Sorry, my cat wants to talk. She's a talking cat. She's half Bombay, and Bombay cats do speak. Okay, now this one. If I open it right in the middle, there you go. Not the same at all. And when you like to write in notebooks, that's what you want to find. Also, you won't be bothered with this when you write at the end of this one. I hate it positively. And now you might say, yeah, okay, but is it worth the difference in price? Well, let's have a look at this. Now, that's the way people usually add 2 notebooks to their Midori passport. And let me show you. There we go. It fell. Okay. Now let's do the same and experiment with this one. I could do this for hours. The only thing that fell is my little magnet, my reading magnet. Okay, still in there. And let me show you why. That's a perfect Swiss design, this rod system. Ah, that's the noise of a truck. Sorry. So let's have a look at this. Here you've got the inserts. The inserts move around the system smoothly. So you've got this little book by book system, and every book is attached to the system. So you have to choose whether you want 2 rods, 3 rods, or 4 rods right from the start. But after that, that system looks perfect, and it's perfect to use. Now, on this side, you've got a simple bar sitting on its right at its little place because of the dent at the top and the bottom. And inside it's spring loaded. So let's have a look at this. Here I push and I take out the notebook. See how easy that was? And let me show you. The inserts are a bit more expensive, but not that much. So cat, yeah. And it's just a tube really that's set on the insert. And here on the notebook, you've got the system. And when you want to put it back, you just put it on that one, push on the spring, just, sorry, you've got to find it, it's very, very small, there. And there you have it, perfect. Back on the wrong side, of course, put it on the other side, but whatever. So that's the system and how it works, and it holds your notebook perfectly, and that's absolutely perfect. And that's what I like with X47 Steel. It's the feeling that the lever is perfect, but the system is perfect too. So now, let's have a look in a comparison between the different notebooks that I have. I suggest we start with the Belgium vegetable levers and then move on to the Italian levers, the colors. And let me show you the graphites to start with. So these ones are the only members of the Leffa collection that have moved on from X17 to X47 Steel. And I've got one of the X17 regular graphite with the black elastics, and as you see, it has a bit more temper. There's a bit more design effect on this one. That's a nicer. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is the one. The Leffa graphite is a reconstituted lever. Maybe I can get you the texture from my camera. It's a new camera, so I'm not used to it yet. Right, very strong lever, very firm as well. You want something that looks pretty modern, pretty unique, and really 21st century. That's the one you're looking for. So that's the A6 with the rods, and the rods show perfectly on this one. This has a little plasticky feel, but you know the very nice plastic that you get sometimes. I really like this one, and this in the A5 size. The effect is even nicer on an A5. Look at this, standing perfectly inside, not moving. So I've got many notes taken in this one. So there you go. And we'll have a look at what you will find inside as well. This one, modern and design. Now something a bit more classic-y in the levers, but which I really love, are the Belgium levers. As you will see, oh, it's not centered. There we go. As you will see, you do not get all the colors that you had in the X17 collection. You got 6 of these levers. Now you only have 3. And you might say, what do you mean 3? You've got 4 notebooks there. But I will show you. That's tricky. It's a bit tricky. Okay, so they kept the levers that fit the collection well, and of course they kept levers that had a lot of character to them, and that were not too strong. You cannot use that too strong levers like the brandy color, for example. That was a strong lever. We'll see them again in the video I will make about the levers, but we'll see. So let's start with, oh god, nasty things there. Let's start with this baby there. That's the castagna chestnut color. A lot of texture, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Let me show you the entire piece. I think that one is the one on which the rods come out the best. That's absolutely gorgeous. You've got variations in colors, a lot of character to this leather. It's also supple, very nice to the touch. Oh, it smells wonderful. You should smell this. Inside, it's a bit smoother, but still with a lot of texture. So this one is the 2 rods version, and let me show you what you will get in the 2 rods version. So in this one, standard pack comes a blank notebook with pages, page numbers, and a square notebooks with page numbers as well. And you get standard pack is completed with the pocket, and here is the other side of the pocket. And that's standard in the 2 rods format. Now look at this. Look at this. In this on this side, you see all the temper of that leather. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the characteristics of all the 4 notebooks that you have just in front of the camera, they are beautiful right from the start, but they will age with you. They will patina in a way that will make it absolutely unique to you because of the grease in your own hands. They will deposit on the leather, they will smooth it, they will make it shine, they will make it patina. This thing will become unique to you and you will love it more because of it. And that's, I think, something leather notebook lovers actually like about notebooks. Now let's have a look at the gorgeous cognac. You saw the video maybe that I did on my own cognac, how it aged, and you will see it again. I will show it again in the leather video. But this one is also pretty textured. You've got a lot of texture on it. You've got variations in color. Also, the logo is very discreet on all of these notebooks, as you can see. Now, this one, I would not have imagined that the rods will come out nicely, but they actually do. Look at this. Perfect. I think it makes it move a bit into the 21st century compared to the X17. I think it's a combination of classic and modern in this one. That is pretty nice. So in this one, you've got tones of whiskey, you've got tones of honey coming out. Inside, the honey comes out and it's a bit smoother. You've got this system that is made in the factory, and this system allows the notebook to fall perfectly on the notebook, because the idea here is something that will fit the notebooks perfectly, and that's the result. That's due to that little dent in the leather that you have. Also, this is the standard pack for the three rod version. Blank notebook, or blank insert if you will. It's a book by book system. Lined notebook and squared notebook. Also note that this type of insert with a double card, black and white, is going to disappear. It's from the old collection. And you've got this plastic pocket system. This is perfect for ID card for us in France. And this is perfect for your credit card. And so this can also be used as both notebook and ID paper system or whatever. Perfectly gorgeous. That one will age absolutely beautifully. You will have whiskey tones coming out, contrasting strongly with time with the honey notes. Now let's come to the tricky part. That is very funny. So I received this baby that I've used a lot, so you will see how it has patine already. And this one is from the same exact collection and leather. And maybe you will not believe it. So let me show you. That's 2 rods and 3 rods. Frankly, I cannot decide between the two. I love both sizes exactly in the same manner. So sometimes I think, oh, I like the 2 rods better. And then I think, no, I like the one with 3 rods as well. I really cannot decide between the two sizes, frankly. They are very close to each other. Now what's not close on this one is the levers. Okay, on the left you've got a lever that is smoother, shinier, but I've used it. And on this one you've got something that is very textured and matte. Right, matte finish, shiny finish. But they are from the they are the same. These two are described as the vegetable tan leather in the black version from Belgium. So how come you've got so notebooks that at the end are so different? Well, that leather comes from the neck of the animal, and that one comes from another part. And that's what is nice. When you have a company like X47, which is a small family-sized company, what you can do is you order that notebook and then you leave a message saying, you know what, I know you can have this finish or this finish. I'd rather have this one with a lot of texture. The more texture, the better. Or you can ask them for that smooth kind of finish with less texture in it. I love this one for the feel of it. But this one has a lot of character too. So it's hard to choose between the two, but you can choose. So remember, if you want that kind of finish, just ask for it, or you may receive that one instead. But that one is really nice. Look at that. It's as if you were watching the veins on a leaf that has fallen from a tree right at that period, autumn, beginning of winter. Gorgeous, isn't it? A lot of texture, a lot of temper. Smoother, of course, or more supple, of course, because the more texture you have, the more supple it will be. Inside, it won't make a lot of difference, as you can see. Okay, now this one I've been using daily for about 2 months, maybe more than 2 months. So let me show you how it has started to patina. There, usually on the corners, levers will become more supple because I usually play with this little bit. So here we've got a bit more suppleness gained on this side. Then you see all the dents and scratches that it has endured. As I told you before, we've got a cat who was sitting on it and decided to jump from it, using its little claws, of course. But then the grease in your hands, they will smooth it out. And what it will do is become a unique piece to you again. Less than on these 2 other notebooks there, less. But still. And then the patina will be a shiny one. I can tell you that kind of patina is very nice on black leather. My husband actually had one that I made for him and that my son lost in the woods. That was bad. So these levers you will choose because you want something that looks gorgeous right from the beginning but will move and change a lot with time. Now if you want something more homogeneous, that will have a bit less character and texture, and that will remain the same a bit more with time, then you have the Italian levers. Let's have a look at this. Let's start with the black one, because these Italian levers, what comes out really is the colors. So let's start with the black one and be done with it. So let me compare this to the Belgian one. So this one is from Belgium, this one is from Italy. High quality levers, both of them. So as you see, this one is the less textured one. I took it voluntarily. On the left, we have a lever that was pressured high. So you've got less textures, very homogeneous. This one has texture. This one you can feel that it was skin at some point. This one no longer. This one has a matte finish and this one has a shiny finish. Now this one is a lot firmer. at the beginning, but I will show you in a few others. You've got variations in this, and I will show you how supple that lever can become. But basically, that is a lot more homogeneous, standard, if you will. That's the reason I like it a bit less. Now, what I like a lot in this collection is this little red notebook. And why do I love this one? I think it's just the color. You know, at the beginning, I only received 2 of these notebooks, and both of them were black. And I told X47 that I wanted to show all the colors because I thought it was important, because metal does not come nicely on all colors. So does it come nicely on this one? Surprise, surprise. Yes, it does. Absolutely, it does. Now look at that color. I hope it comes out properly because it looks nice from what I can see, but sometimes the camera changes the color. It's a bright red, typically very feminine red, bright version. Absolutely gorgeous. Shiny. Lot of temper to it. Inside, got a softer red, bit more like a brick red. There on the other side. And that is lovely. And I think the metal rods come very nicely on this one. I really love this one. Now that Italian leather smells, oh yeah, it's nice. It's totally different from the Belgian one. The Belgian one is like wild smell, and this one is like the smell that you get, that you used to get, because now you get plastic smell. But when I was a child and I got into shoe shops, then they had that specific smell. And a beautiful item of leather good should smell like this. It's not overpowering, but when you put your nose to it, it's like a Madeleine de Proust. That's nice. Lovely color. Now, something that is a lot less usual is that yellow notebook. So they have original colors in this one. So this one, I wouldn't say it's bad looking. The effect of the metal on it is not extraordinary. It doesn't come out as strongly as on the black one or the red one. It looks okay. I think the color is nice. Now, yellow is not a very usual color for us in Europe. It's associated with negative things. Now, in Asia, for example, this is the royal color. This is the color of the emperors. Bright yellow. This evokes the sun. I don't know if my camera can capture the color properly, but this evokes the sun, and it's got a mustard color inside. So that's a bit of a disappointment for me, to me, that this bright yellow would become a mustard, but if you like mustard colors, then that would be perfect for you. See? That's a very nice one, original one. And as you can see, if you push on that lever, then you will get a few marks on it. I think at the rear we have a few that have already started to move a bit, so I will show you. Orange, so let me show you the contrast with the red one. To the right, the red one, to the left, the orange one. I'm not a fan of that brick orange color, but the color of your typical mandarin orange inside is almost the same, so that's a fairly homogeneous color. But let me show you. Looks nice. It's a bit like the yellow one. The metal rods do not add a lot of temper to it, but it looks nice. So this one has a mark that comes out here from the leather, and it's supple enough. That's nice looking. Little notebook, but I'm not a fan of that color. Now, you may like that color. Now, typically the color that my husband would love as a gardener, the green little notebook. This one is a bit different from the others, I will show you. On all of the notebooks, the finish it's not black or anything, it's just cut. directly. And on this one, it comes not in green. It's only, the color is only coated on the top, and inside it's the natural color of the leather. So let me show you this one. It looks nice, this one. Absolutely gorgeous little green. You can see the yellows coming out, the yellow hues. Like, I use watercolors, so I can see those yellow hues inside that green. It's like a dynamic green. It's not your dark green or your leaf green. It's very nice. And inside you can see the dent in the leather coming out in the natural color. So it's a bit different. This one shows how supple the leather is. Look at this. See how supple that is? And I can show you how it will age, because on the Musterbor, this has become very, very supple. Here, I can show you this texture. So that's what you can expect, a notebook that will become less firm with time. Now, that blue I absolutely love. That's nice. It's for men, I think. It's not really a blue for women, though you might see it coming out a bit as a deep blue violet that's indigo. So I'm going to move it, but it's a bit shiny, so you can see that deep blue color that comes out of it. This, to me, as a French person, I would call lapis lazuli, so that's the color of the kings in France. Very rare color, deep blue, intense. On this one, if you look well, you can see the veins, you can see the leather. So sometimes it will show, sometimes it won't. But technically it will show a lot less than on the Belgian levers. Right, so inside, got that deep blue as well. Here it's blue as well. You can see there on this one as well how supple the leather is, despite it being quite firm as well. It's just the right version of smooth. That's a nice one. Very original type of choice of blue. I love it. Now this one, that's a girly color. That's a girly fuchsia. If you see it in a different color, that's definitely fuchsia, and I think the metal rods come very nicely on this one. They come out very nicely. Nice, nice. I suppose that it would be nice as well in the leather color from the X17 collection with a very clear elastic color, rather than a black. This one is more supple for some reason, so sometimes you'd get a more supple version depending on where the leather was located on the cow. That's the thing. Yeah, and that's a very nice fuchsia color, intense as well. There's something that's important to know. I have a cheek sparrow, and my main concern about the leather is that with time the color fades away. You will not have an issue with the X47 Italian leather collections, because the colors that do that, they took out. They did not use them in their collection, so that color will stay. Inside, you've got a more intense pink. Very nice looking, both from the outside and the inside. There you go. That's a very nice color. Very lovely, lovely supple leather. I love this one. And the last one is also one of my favorites. That's the violet color. It's a deep, strong violet. That could be used for men, but it's basically more women. Look at this. That's the type of color where rods come out perfectly as well as on black, because it's deep and strong. That violet eggplant color, that's absolutely eggplant. You can see marks on the leather there. And when you move it inside, you move on to some kind of burgundy. So here you would have the eggplant and inside a bit of burgundy. And on the other side, that's a lovely, lovely color. Ah, sorry. You've got the my hands are wet. There you can see the shiny finish. So these ones, these Italian levers, will change less with time. They will remain a bit like this. The difference you will see is more suppleness with time. There. You will also see the side patina in a darker version of the color. And that's about everything you can see. You will have marks and scratches probably, but not as much as on the Italian Belgian levers. So now, did I forget something? No, I think not. So let me show you the effect of the spring-loaded rods on all of these notebooks. Up, and on both sides I will put the 3 rods on the other side. So here is what it looks like. Let me show you up front. Gorgeous, isn't it? Now in both collections I'm going to tell you which are my favorites. So among all of this, definitely my favorite is that black little baby. For some reason, because I also love the cognac, but basically of the two I love these ones more, and the reason I do is because I like the fact that they will change and become unique with time. That's the thing. I love this one. The Castagna, the chestnut one is absolutely gorgeous. The cognac, of course, I really love. Now, on the top one, the Italian levers, I think the black one is fairly standard in terms of color. I love the intensity of the red one, definitely. I like the girly colors, the fuchsia and the violet. And for men, I think that blue lapis lazuli color, intense blue color, is actually very nice. But of course that is pretty subjective. Now, what comes next? In the following videos you will see, so the first one will be the 3 boxes with the X47 haute couture version, the high-end X47 leather notebooks. That's a thing to see. And then next I will show you all the levers that you have seen here, but this time we'll scratch them, we'll attack them, we'll ply them, we'll try and see how they behave and their aspect, and compare all of the levers from the X47 and X47 collection. And then finally I will show you all the inserts, because what you have here is the standard pack, either in 2 rods or in 3 rods with the pockets, but you have so many more things that you can choose from on their website. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you fell in love with these notebooks the same as I did, and that would be your perfect Christmas present for someone you love, someone you know loves writing, loves the intimacy of writing, and how leather notebooks carry on this intimacy by all the temperament and character that you have in leather. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to put a thumbs up, because that way the video can get more views. And I do not use ads, and I do not promote my video on social medias. So that's the only way that it will get promoted. So thanks for watching, thanks for your patience, and see you next time.